next to the River Marne in northern France today. And of course, France is better known for its carp fishing, but what we're going to try our hand at today is barbel. Now, these hard-fighting river fish are very popular in the UK, but over here hardly anybody fishes for them. So I'm going to fish this stretch of river today and hopefully catch a fish or two. It's been quite productive this year, so fingers crossed. The tools I'm going to be using today is the new Free Spirit Tamer Special X-Wrap. This is the stepped up version, which gives it a test curve of about 1 3/4 pounds, which is perfect for the size feeders I'll be using today. There's a bit of extra flow. The water level is probably up about 3 feet from previous sessions I've done on here, so I'll be using feeders in the 3.5 to 4 ounce range, and this rod copes very, very well with them indeed. It's an elegant blank. It's got the cross weave hatching on the butt section of the rod, which gives it the X-Wrap name. It's a very slim blank. That's the first thing that struck me when I first started using it, was how slim the blank is. And it's got a full cork handle, which is another aspect of a fishing rod that personally I really like. I use the high S rods for my carp fishing, again Free Spirit rods, and with full cork handles. And I just feel it adds a bit of warmth and comfort to the fishing that abbreviated or even worse alloy reel fittings and handles just don't do it for me. The baits I'm using today on the river are mostly pellet based. These are 16mm halibut pellets that I use on the hook. They're extremely effective bait. The fish just seem to be attracted to them like a magnet. I use Quest baits, crab boilies. These are 15mm crab boilies. They're very, very good as well. The chub like them, the barbel like them. They've been a very effective bait. I mix this then with a ground bait in the feeder made up of ground down trout pellets. These smaller pellets, there's a whole assortment of different ones in here, from the micro pellets right up to 4 or 5mm pellets, trout pellets, carp pellets, betaine pellets. Got to take on the pellet this time. Don't know, it doesn't feel particularly big fish, but they all count. Oh, the power of these things. I mean, these are small compared to carp, but the absolute torpedoes, all of them. In the last 2 or 3 months, I've had probably 65 barbel out of a couple of French rivers I've been trying. And they've all gone like absolute torpedoes. So another fish looks to be a reasonable fish. Ooh, not ready yet. Got a bit more depth in the margins than I usually have on this swim now. Here we go. Oh, no, it doesn't like the look of the net. Awkward in this flow. It's catching the net in the quite strong current, but he's in this time. Not a very big fish, but a start. This one's taken the pellet, hooked nicely in the corner of the mouth. Come on, dude. Got very tough mouths, these fish. There we go. Out to there. A few leaves out of the way. For the time being. This one looks to be in the 5 to 6 pound bracket, which is fairly average size for here. I know friends of mine have had them to nearly double figures, but my best here so far is only about 7 and a bit pounds, but this one's not that big. That goes, this one goes £6 4 ounces. £6, yeah, £6 4 ounces. Not a massive fish by some of the standards of in the UK. I know there's fish on the rivers, you see, in the Trent and the Dove and places like that. And there we have one River Marne Barbel, £6 4 ounces. I think it's time to get him back in the water now, get him oxygenated and let him go. Here we have another one, £6.5 Marne Barbel on a more overcast day, harder conditions, but a hard fighting fish. Let's get him back. He's in the net now. Needs a bit of time to recover. He gets his, so they give their all, these fish, they're absolutely manic fighters. So it's always best to hold them in the net a little bit, let them get their senses back, particularly in this strong flow. They're likely to float off downstream